Kaya kung isa kang nurse sa Pilipinas at iniisip mong magpunta dito sa UK, this is your sign to pursue that dream. Hi guys, this is Abby. I'm back and welcome to my channel. And I'm back and I know it has been a year since my last upload. I think more than 1 year pa nga. But this is the reason why I wasn't able to upload videos the past year. And this year, aside from nag-work nga ako sa St. Luke's for a couple of months before I came here, and nagpa-process din po ako ng aking UK application. Kaya po for today's video, I will be sharing with you my timeline, my process, expenses, and everything that you need to know for you to become the next UK RN. Okay? So if you want to know more about my UK journey, watch till the end. Okay. First of all, the first thing that you need to remember, if gusto mong magpunta dito sa UK, kailangan you are a registered nurse in the Philippines. Although, if you will read the guidelines set by the NMC, so NMC is the regulatory body of nurses and midwives here in UK. So, kung babasahin mo doon, nakalagay doon na even though you are not registered in the country, you had your nursing education, okay lang, carry lang daw na mag-apply ka sa kanila. However, in the latter process of the application or registration, kailangan mong i-verify sa PRC or sa regulatory body ng country kung saan ka galing yung nursing license mo. So, it's a little bit tricky and confusing. So, my advice na mag-take na ng NLE or to be a registered nurse in the Philippines for a smoother process. Because I've read from some people in nursing groups in Facebook na nade-deny po ang application nila dahil hindi pa sila registered nurse in the Philippines at hindi po bine-verify ng PRC ang application nila. Later on in this video, mas magagets nyo po kung ano yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. So second guys, you may or may not have a nursing experience in the Philippines. Totoo yan. So there are Filipino nurses here sa UK na wala pong nursing experience sa Pilipinas. But a lot of agencies, or almost all of the agencies in the Philippines na nagpapaalis punta ng UK, nagre-require sila na nursing experience. At least 6 to 12 months, depende po yan sa trust. So, meron naghahanap ng at least 2 years of experience. But if you are lucky enough, kagaya ko, I only had 5 months of experience in St. Luke's. And then after that, I processed my pay application na. So, kung may mahanap po kayong mga ganyan, that's good. But if wala po, you need to work for at least a year bago po makaalis sa punta ng UK. Some other agencies also require their nurses to have a current work experience in the hospital bago sila ma-interview ng trust. So, that is the second in your checklist. So, kung yung dalawang yon na-check mo na, these two, so this is now your time to process your UK RN application. So let's go on with that. So the next thing that you need to have is your English exam. As nurses, we have two options. So we could have OET, okay, or IELTS academic. So in our English examination, meron yung mga qualifications or merong grade or scores na need tayong makuha before we can say na our English exam is valid. So, for the OET, ayan, may kodigo ako dito. The grade that you need to have is at least C+, okay, in the writing section, and B in reading, listening, and speaking. So, that is for the OET. So, for the IELTS academic, this is the one that I took. We should score at least 7 in listening, reading, and speaking, and 6.5 in writing. So those are the scores that you need to have before you could say that you have a valid English exam. And ayun nga, if you want me to do a video discussing the pros and cons of OET and IELTS, ayan, just let me know by leaving a comment down below. Okay? So after that, if you are already qualified or if you already have a valid English examination, that is the time that you could have your registration with the NMC. So, I will post the link of NMC website in description box para hindi na kayo mahirapan. Next step. So, a while ago, I've told you na pwede na kayong mag-register sa NMC website. Ngayon, i-upload nyo na yung documents na needed. So, what are those documents? Of course, you need to have a valid passport. When I say valid, hindi po expired, ha? So, valid passport, marriage certificate, if applicable. You should also have your nursing diploma, your birth certificate, your board certificate, or your lupon, or you can have your PRC ID as well. So those are the documents that you should have, and those documents will be uploaded in your portal. So after you successfully uploaded those, this is now the time that you will pay, okay, the qualification evaluation fee. So, this is paid to NMC on submission of eligibility, okay, and qualification of the application. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, guys. The amount of this is 140 pounds. So, in peso, yan. Computin natin dahil hindi tayo math wizard. So, around 9,000 to 10,000 pesos po ito. So, yun po yung pinakaunang bayarin. Aside from the English exam, ha? Yung English exam, medyo pricey din siya. Depende kung ano yung kukunin mong exam. This 140 pounds is non-refundable. Okay? Ito po yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. Because the NMC will coordinate with PRC. They will verify if this person is registered in the Philippines. So, NMC will still decide kung pasok ba yung eligibility requirement ng education natin sa Pinas sa standard of nursing education nila dito sa UK. So, kapag sinagot dito ng PRC, hindi ka registered sa Pinas, then your application will be denied. So, that's a big risk actually to take. Kaya, my advice is, take the NLE first. So, yun na lang. Take the NLE first. So, that is the first fee or first step in the NMC registration process. So, since nawala yung video ko for this clip, guys, I just want you to know that after you pay 140 pounds, you will now go to PRC for your state board verification. So, dun i-verify ng PRC with the NMC, sila yung mag-coordinate if you are valid or if your registration is valid for you to take the next exam. So, what you will do here is that pupunta kayo sa PRC. Well, in my case, I went to PRC Main. So, that is in Moraita. And I paid, I think that time it was 200 pesos. Pero ngayon ata mas maliit na siya. And then, after that, you just wait for the email for your authorization to test that I will discuss in the next part of this video. After that whole verification process, ensure ba nila, kapag na-verify na ni PRC na ikaw ay registered and eligible to be a registered nurse also in the UK, magpapadala na po ang NMC ng authorization to test. So, authorization to test is needed for you to take the next exam, which is the CBT. So, computer-based test is the examination that you need to take in the Philippines before agencies accept you. It costs 83 pounds. So, magkano na naman yun? In Philippine peso, that is 5,000 to 6,000. Okay? So, that is the second test that you need to take. Okay? And guys, in the next video, I will be discussing naman the nursing examinations that I took to be a UKRN. So, may dalawa po yun. CBT, this one, and the OSCE that I will be telling you later on. So, after you pass that CBT, there are some things that you need to accomplish in your NMC registration website. So, what are those things? NMC needs to verify your health status with a medical practitioner or medical doctor. So, what you will do is you will provide a name, contact details, ganyan, of your doctor, okay, para makapag-send yung NMC ng email. Okay, hindi ko alam kung ano yung nasa laman ng email kasi sa doctor talaga nila sinasend. And your doctor should take and accomplish some things on that email para masabi nila na healthy ka or fit ka to work in your profession. Second is you need to have your IOM. IOM is International Organization for Migration. And it is a requirement for us Filipinos since galing tayo sa Pinas na very rampant ang tuberculosis. So, they need to verify if we have TB or exposed ba tayo sa TB or wala. If exposed ka at kung may TB ka, that is not a problem. Pwede ka pa rin pong makapag-UK. It's just that if you have a positive result in your TB test, kailangan mo maggamot. If you are negative, then that's good. They will provide you an IOM certificate and you're good to go. So, yun po. Ayan na. This is the most exciting part. You could already hunt for agencies or trust mag-sponsor sa'yo sa pagpunta dito. So, if you want to have a direct sponsor or direct trust, you could go to track.jobs. Ayan. Ayan. Yan siya. So, pwede kayo dyang tumingin ano-anong trust yung nag-a-accept ng nurses from overseas. But if you also want to be hired through agencies sa Pinas, you could search and join UK Filipino nurses groups in Facebook. There are a lot. And those Facebook groups are really helpful. Oo, sa buong application ko na to ha, I promise, diyan lang po ako humanap ng guide. Promise, sa mga Facebook groups na hindi ko mga kilala yung mga taong nagpo-post, ganyan. Kailangan lang talaga mag-research at mag-search na mag-search. So, ayan. After your interviews, after mong makapili kung saang hospital ka, kung saang lugar ka mapupunta here in UK, if you've already made up your mind, then, ayan na, pirmahan na ng kontrata. Of course, makikipag-coordinate yung agency mo sa trust or hospital here in UK for your certificate of sponsorship because the next step of this will be the visa. There are a lot of things that you need to have. Hindi ko na siya iisa-isahin because most probably, most of the time, guys, yung mga agencies na yan, bibigyan nila yung mga nurses, yung mga pinapaalis nila ng checklist, and dun mo i-base kung ano yung i-prepare mo. So, I will not bother to give you the list because they will be the one providing you that. And the certificate of sponsorship, that's issued by the trust, yun yung gagamitin mo para po sa visa application. So, if you are lucky and fortunate and you're given a visa, that is the time your employer will book a ticket for you and ayan, lilipad ka na. And you should be ready because that will be a short time, guys. So, after nun, siyempre, papaliparin ka na ng employer mo. Dadating ka na dito. Depende na po sa trust kung ano po yung plano nila sa nurse nila. So guys, nawala na naman yung video for this one. But, ang sinabi ko dun is, it is very vital to consider the OSCE support when you are choosing agencies or trusts before coming here in UK. And now that you're here in UK, you are now qualified to take the OSCE. So, for this OSCE, ang trust po ang magsaschedule sa inyo kung kailan nyo iti-take. There are some other trusts who are requiring their nurses to work well on review for OSCE. Pero po katulad ng sa amin, wala po. We are on pure training and review before taking the OSCE. Objective Structured Clinical Examination, that is the OSCE. That is the final exam that you should take. And sabi ko nga kanina, I will be doing a separate video discussing CBT and OSCE in a deeper level. So, for my case, 3 months po ang naging process ko from the day I took and passed my IELTS up until the day that I got my visa. May mga personal problems pa akong na-encounter. If nagmamadali ka, actually, kayang-kaya i-take ang CBT and IELTS in just a month na magkasabay. It's just that nagkaroon talaga ako ng COVID, kaya nagkahiwa-hiwalay pa ng take yung examinations ko. But all in all, that was a smooth process. And supposedly, I should have been in November cohort. So, nakaalis na dapat ako ng November. But I am really fortunate because I still experienced Christmas and New Year with my family last December. So, if ngayon, you are struggling with your English examination or you are struggling in your work, always know that there are a lot of people there who are striving and taking their examinations and not getting the desired outcome, but they are not stopping. 'Di ba? So, kung kaming lahat na nandito na sa UK, kinaya namin, and pasa na namin lahat ng examinations na kailangan naming ipasa. Ayun, UKRN na kami. I am sure na kayang-kaya niya din po. So, I hope that this video helps and will still help you guys. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to give me a message or drop a comment down below. I'll try to answer all. I hope that huwag kayo mawala ng pag-asa sa pagkuha ng mga dreams nyo. I know there are a lot of sacrifices that you need to take before you could go here. The financial aspect, the emotional, diba? The adjustment pa pagdating dito sa UK. But all of those will be worth it in the end. Always think of that. Okay? So, ayun. Yun lang po. Lagi kayong mag-ingat and I'll see you on my next vlog. Bye!